We only had one chance to get that right. It was just too big of a thing to inconvenience the business owners and the people who live downtown. So we really took a lot of time to plan that.
The accident side hasn't really been an issue. Um, we are just urging everybody to really be aware of the surroundings and what's going on. There are going to be some mistakes made while people get adjusted to the new changes.
I've watched it, I've studied it, I've sat and looked at it, and it just seemed like the citizens just fell right into it.
Lieutenant Wellman has a tip if you're concerned about getting confused.
One of the biggest things that will tell you that it's been changed to a two-way street is if you see parking at a different angle to what you've been used to seeing it. That should indicate right there that there's been a change.
Lou said he's heard a lot of positive feedback.
In the past, you would come down Illinois and look to the courthouse, and you couldn't figure out how to get there. Now, there's several streets coming off of Baltimore, which is the heaviest traveled road in town. You can turn off an actual street there and get into the square, when in the past you couldn't.
The streets around the courthouse square remain one way.
That was one thing that everybody actually did push back on, was don't change that. So that was kind of off the table early. The street in front of the Dukem and the Wooden Nickel, that was kind of out of the mix early because of all deliveries to all the restaurants and stuff there. Two-way streets would have really messed that up.
A lot of thought about both the driving and parking patterns went into the change.
We started with 467 parking spaces. That's how many we started with. We ended up with 469, so we had a net gain of 2.
Along with the traffic transition, the streets themselves have gotten a major upgrade. It's all designed to help the downtown and the city go down a one-way street to improvements.
We determined where can we make the biggest impact fast as we're trying to figure out where to go next. The downtown was the place to go. It was in really bad condition. I think it will help increase business. It looks good. It looks acceptable as we're trying to draw people in. And the fact that my crews last year spent 5 weeks patching the downtown. 5 weeks just trying to keep those roads in the downtown area acceptable and passable, and people aren't falling in potholes and at the farmers market and things like that. So that gets us out of there. That gives us 5 weeks to go work someplace else.